Okay, so on this day, I went ahead and broke my fast around noon. I started with a cheeseburger casserole recipe that I found online. I cooked up about a pound of ground beef in a little bit of bacon grease that I saved to the side. And after I had all of that cooked, I drained it off and I cooked some bacon in the oven. I put several pieces of bacon on a pan that was wrapped in some tin foil, and I put that in the oven for around 400 degrees, anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes. So it looks a little funky after I pulled it out of the oven here, but I'm telling you what, it turns out perfect every time I cook it in the oven. Now I have some cream cheese. I believe this was 4 ounces. I will leave the recipe below. And the recipe actually calls for 6 eggs, but I went ahead and I did 8 eggs in my NutriBullet. I just added everything into my NutriBullet. So I went ahead and cracked all the eggs into my NutriBullet and then added my cream cheese to the recipe and blended it up in my blender until everything was really nice and combined. Now the recipe that I found online actually called to make this in a crock pot, but I have a little skillet, like a plug-in skillet, and I decided to go ahead and make mine in the skillet. So I added my ground beef to the bottom of the pan, and I did spray it with a little cooking spray beforehand. Got that all added into the bottom of my pan, spread it around. I should also mention that I added a little garlic paste to the hamburger and some salt and pepper as well. After I got that all spread around in the pan, I added my crumbled up bacon. I believe there were about 6 pieces of bacon that I added to the top of the burger. Once I got the bacon all added in, I shredded up some sharp cheddar cheese on the side, and I put about a cup of shredded cheddar cheese in with this. Just put it on top of the bacon and the beef. And I'm getting it everywhere as I am putting it on top. Once I finished adding my layer of cheese on top, I went ahead and poured my egg mixture on top of everything as evenly as I could. So I did save some cheese and bacon to put on top of this. When it's almost done cooking, I put a little pink Himalayan salt on top, as well as some cracked black pepper, and put the lid on to get it started cooking. So I'm just going to kind of watch this to see when it looks like it's starting to get done. I usually try to stick a fork into the center, and if it comes out clean, then that's a good indication to me that it is done. So actually toward the end here, I did sprinkle some more of the cheese on top and a little bit more bacon on the top. So once that cheese ended up looking like it was melted enough, I did go ahead and cut the cheeseburger casserole into squares and served it up. I did put it on some shredded lettuce, and I served it with what I normally would put on a cheeseburger. A little bit of onion, some pickles, ketchup, mayo. I know it looks kind of strange, but it really turned out so good. So I highly recommend giving this a try. Alright, so I have a little Walmart haul for you guys, just a small one. I did the Walmart pickup for the first time today. It was awesome. Got some tomatoes, some jalapenos, 3 avocados, some green onion, a couple different things of celery, like some celery sticks that are prepackaged, some mushrooms, mozzarella cheese, so that I can make some fathead dough later on in the week. I did get a chuck roast to make some Mississippi mud roast. I got 2 bags of the steam in a bag Brussels sprouts. I really have a good recipe for those. That is on my channel as well. And I did pick up some of the Bolthouse Farms cilantro avocado yogurt dressing. This stuff is so good, and it is only 1 net carb per 2 tablespoons. It's actually even better than ranch. And I got some avocado oil. I do like to cook with this sometimes, or put a little bit of this on my salad. And I got some sour cream. Like I said, just a small haul with a few fill-in items. My makeup all done. I have to let my hair finish air drying, and then I can do something with my hair. So I'm just trying to do something with my hair real quick. Lighting in here is horrible, but I'm just gonna take and put a few curls in my hair. Probably should have let my hair dry a little bit better before I decided to do this. It's still like a little bit wet, steaming on this flat iron. Oh well. Cute, right? That's what I got going so far. Just finishing up my hair here and trying to loosen the curls just a little bit. They will fall out some throughout the day. Maybe spray it a tiny bit so it stays. Just a tiny bit of hairspray. I don't like to go too crazy. So me and this girl. Okay, so we were getting ready to go to my niece's birthday party, and she did not want to be filmed. What a cutie she is, though. So the second meal of the day I am starting to work on. I'm actually going to make some jalapeno poppers, and I have some cream cheese and some palmetto cheese. It's like a pimento cheese. I get it from Sam's Club. If you've never tried it, I definitely recommend it. It's so good. I did cut these in half and scraped out all of the seeds. Eventually I ended up getting a spoon, which if you just take it and kind of run it along the inside of the jalapeno, it really gets all of the seeds out. So I did that with all of the jalapenos. All right, once I got all of the jalapenos cored, I went ahead and added some of the pimento cheese in with the cream cheese. And I think I put just a really heaping tablespoonful of the pimento cheese in with the cream cheese and mixed that all up together. And then started to fill my jalapenos. I went ahead and I added a little bit of garlic powder to my mixture. And I did add a little bit of salt and pepper to it as well before I stuffed it into the jalapenos. I went ahead and I put maybe a tablespoonful of the cream cheese mixture into each one, maybe a little bit more. They weren't the prettiest things to look at, but boy, I tell you, they were so good. Once I got the filling inside, I went ahead and wrapped each of the jalapenos in a half of a piece of bacon. So here's what the jalapenos look like before I put them into the oven. I put them in the oven at 400 degrees for about 20 minutes. And this was my last meal of the day. I had some of the jalapeno poppers and I cooked a burger in the skillet and put a little bit of cheese on top. It was so, so good. Highly recommend making those. Thank you guys so much for watching the video, and I'll catch you in the next one.